Next one. Y equals 4x to the third power minus x plus 2e to the x. Now, the derivative of a natural logarithm, e to the x, equals e to the x. And knowing that, let's solve. So, dy over dx equals, now we're going to rewrite this as, this 4 over 3 as a coefficient of x to the third. So 4 over 3 is a coefficient of x to the third. Now remember, this 3 comes out in front, so we're going to write that as 3 times 4 over 3 x to the 3 minus 1, which is, you guessed it, simply 2, minus 1 plus 2e to the x. This negative x becomes just simply negative 1, because negative x is also equal to negative 1x to the first power. And in applying the power rule, we would have 1 times negative 1 x to the 1 minus 1, which is just simplified to equal negative 1x to the 0 power. And anything to the 0 power is equal to 1. Or anything to the power of 0 is equal to 1. So that would turn into negative 1 times 1, which is just simply negative 1. So that's how we got that here. Simplifying, those two cancel, which equal to 4x to the second power minus 1 plus 2e to the x. Which is our first derivative. Our second derivative, we're going to apply the same principle. 2 times 4 is 8, so it's going to be 8x. This is going to go to 0, because it's a constant, plus 2e to the x. D squared y over dx squared is how you read this. We're going to box our answer. We're going to use our imagination to imagine that these are straight, perpendicular, 90-degree angles and lines. Here we have w equals 3z to the negative power of 2 minus 1 over z. So what I'm going to do first is make everything a power. So here, 1 over z, we're just going to rewrite that as 1 times z to the negative 1. We're going to eliminate the fractions. So as we know, when a variable is the denominator, it is raised to the negative power of whatever the power here is. So z is raised to the power of 1. So if it's set to change it from a fraction to a regular number or integer, it's just going to be z to the negative 1. All right. Now we're going to apply the power rule for finding the derivative. So that's going to 3z to the negative power of 2 is going to turn into negative 6z to the power of negative 3. Because it's negative 2 minus 1, it's negative 3. My plus, because negative 1 times negative, negative times negative is a positive, plus z to the power of negative 2. That's the first derivative. So it's going to be dw. Shout out to Arthur and his sister. dw over dt is our first derivative. And then d squared w over dt squared we're going to find the derivative of the first derivative to find the derivative of the second derivative. So now it's going to be negative 3 times negative 6 is going to be positive 18 z to the negative 4 minus 2z. I like to put a line here. Okay, this t should be a z. Just notice that. All right, back to the problem. 18z to the negative 4 minus 2z to the negative 3 is going to be our second derivative. We'll box our answers. Great job, everybody.